Oyo State Anthem. Thank you. God bless.
Ẹ ṣé, ẹ jẹ́ kí a jókòó. Lílọ bíbọ̀ wa, a fẹ́ jẹ́ kí a jọ̀ọ́ kí a jẹ́ kí ó dúró ní ọwọ́ tí a wà yìí. Àti pé àkókò yìí ẹ ká bọ̀wọ̀.
To rise up and observe a 1-minute silence in honor of this our very great heroes of our dear state, Oyo State. 1, 2, 3. May their souls rest in perfect peace. And Bismillah Kabul Allah fún àwọn tó ti kú. Bismillah Rahman Rahim. Wa Allahu Ahad, Allahu Samad, Lam Yalid wa Lam Yulad, wa Lam yakun lahu kufuwan ahad. Ẹ ṣé mo dúpẹ́. Thank you very much. In order to save us time this afternoon, I know a lot of our time has been taken with the dignitaries. I've got a prepared speech here, which I will quickly take to the hearing of our invited guests, our journalists, while we take questions thereafter, after a couple of goodwill messages from our leaders here. I will start, if you permit me, by recognizing my better half, my dear wife of 27 years, Mrs. Oluseyi Omolara Adelabu. I recognize our distinguished leaders of our great party, the All Progressive Congress. Ẹ ṣé o, ẹgbẹ́ òde bàjẹ́ lórí ẹkú àdúró tiwa lágbára Ọlọ́run àwọn ìṣe lásán. The chairman, they call him #1 journalist in Oyo State. The chairman of the Nigerian Union of Journalists, Oyo State chapter, my own dear brother, Comrade Demola Babalola. My dear esteemed guests of the parent profession, all members of my immediate and extended family present here today, especially my dear brother, my immediate elder brother, Mr. Bayo Adelabu. All our loyal party members present at this press conference this afternoon, all our other invited guests, well-wishers, radiant ladies and gentlemen. Today is the first day heralding the process of my declaration to run once again for the post of the Governor of Oyo State in the coming 2023 general elections. This is not a declaration rally, I must let you know. It is a press conference to allow our friends of the pen profession to ask us series of questions on issues that could be agitating their minds and that could also assist them in providing us support in our journey of campaign to take over the governorship seat of Oyo State come May 29, 2023. Because we believe that on the declaration rally day, there may not be such opportunity. And this afternoon, I will also let you know those activities that will be taking place in the 1 week long declaration process of Bayo Adelabu to take over the governorship seat of Oyo State come May 29, 2023. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, I salute the divinity in you. We are surely in the afternoon, as we all know, that the Almighty Allah, who powered us into existence upon earth, is the God of every period and every season. He is with us wherever we are, and is with us here today. I am very sure. I can feel it. That is with us today. Let us exchange pleasantries with one another by declaring to the person beside you and say, I salute the divinity in you, or I praise the God in you. Can we quickly do that? I praise the God in all of us. However, in order to abide by the timeless rule, no, in our society, I hereby say, good afternoon to all members of the Fourth Estate in general and the brotherhood of the pen profession in particular, including all professionals here present whose voices advance humanity via the broadcasting air. I am pleased to welcome each and all. I want to express my joy at the array of medical media practitioners who answered our invitation despite the short notice. You have clearly demonstrated once again your unflinching interest in our mission to place Oyo State on the development radar as obtained in more serious climb. It may not be improper to describe this event as my declaration of commitment to the cause of human progress. It is indeed a commitment and determination which issued from my conviction that every manly man is born to be a reformer, a remaker of what other men have made, a renouncer of lies, and a restorer of truth, pertaining to what should be done to promote public and human happiness. This conviction is daily energizing my political career. Many parts in the journey of my life are not new to the media world. Many media professionals can easily relate them before searching minds without reading records. They know that I am a link in the chain of humanity by virtue of being a grandson of the meteoric Nigeria's founding father called Bayo Adelabu, whom numerous Nigerians eulogize as peculiarness or peculiarness. They know many facts about my academic distinctions, professional excellence, corporate world exploits, private businesses, and social eminence as a modest philanthropist and honorary chieftaincy title holder in my pleasant city of Ibadan and other great cities in Yoruba land, and many more. Therefore, my distinguished guests should not be bothered with known facts, because the motto of your great profession already teaches you to know something of everything and everything of that something. My grandpa of blessed memories wrote in his Africa in Revolution, every man should allow the light of his soul to shine on the universe and thereby act on this direction to contribute to the progress of humanity. This particular quoted thought made me realize that people do not care about what you know or have until they see how you care for the welfare and progress of the community. The appropriation of these thoughts and many historical facts in the evergreen life work of my grandpa show that my political career started many years back. It is a reanimation of the past in order to attain more progress in the present. It is intended to bring the humanistic ideals into realities via governmental channels. In this context, therefore, my gubernatorial ambition is intended to enrich politics with ethics, to mix the soil of knowledge and professional competence with water of experiences in the service of humanity within the Oyo State context in Nigeria and the interdependent world. I hope to give practical expressions to ideals of humanity in my dear state, Oyo State, as the next Executive Governor come 2023, inshallah. You will all recollect that I contested for the governorship of Bayo State in the general elections of 2019. But I lost the election under very controversial circumstances that almost eated up the polity of the state. Therefore, my love for peace and tranquility in Oyo State, and in fact, Nigeria as a whole, I therefore decided to pursue the path of the rule of law instead of the rule of violence and thuggery by approaching the courts, and we pursued the matter up to the Supreme Court. That action was to clearly show that I'm a man that handles violence and thuggery. I vehemently avoid the dictates of a one-man dictatorship. Myself and our great party wanted a land of peace in Oyo State, just as our late leader, His Excellency, late Bayo Adelabu, about violence and brought peace to bear in Oyo State for the 8 years he governed the state. May his soul continue to rest in peace. Most of you will recollect that I voluntarily retired from my active service with the Central Bank of Nigeria as a deputy governor in order to enter the political fray and give the people of Oyo State a first-class and most excellent governance, as I have done in every place I have served, whether in the private or public sector. I'm a man whose history or past is not shrouded in any shady business or deal. My past to the present is like an open book before all of you, and without being immodest and with all sense of decency and humility, I have been an excellent performer in everywhere I have served, and my records are there for public scrutiny. I'm a staunch believer of transparency in governance with zero tolerance. I have observed the deficiencies of the present Oyo State government being led by Engineer Seyi Makinde. These deficiencies point unerringly to an unspeakable lack of understanding about what is called government business. Government business is not a trade which any man does for his personal emolument or aggrandizement. It takes society for its basis and reason, and experiences for its guide. It takes society for its basis because it's the center towards which people gravitate for collaboration and cooperation in order to achieve progress and happiness. This is the reason why the business is divided and expanded into ministries, agencies, and departments in order to serve humanity. Unfortunately, but rarely, the current Oyo State government is failing daily and woefully on fundamental departments of government business. For instance, security of lives and properties, which is the true end and aim of government, is a distant achievement for Seyi's government. His government has enthroned Thuggery and hooliganism as the official controllers of Oyo State. Yes or no? The images and residents of the Play Center State cannot sleep. They can no longer sleep with their two eyes closed, talkless of big businesses of life with peace and progress. The excellency of government is no longer excellent in Oyo State in the light of our study performances in the environment, education, health, security, agriculture, among others. Oyo State has a lot of potentials. Oyo State is proudly sitting on a size of 28,454 square kilometers. Oyo State, famously known as the Play Center State, due to a string of firsts, is the 14th biggest state in Nigeria by land mass. In fact, it is the biggest state in the south of Nigeria by land mass. Oyo State land mass can be equated to the entire land mass of all the southeast states, which is just about 29,000 square kilometers. Which has 7.8 million people. Oyo State is the third most populous state in Nigeria after Lagos and Kano states, according to the National Population Commission and the National Bureau of Statistics estimate of 2016. The capital is Ibadan, the country's largest city by geographical area. Oyo State is indeed earned the Play Center reputation by dint of hard work. The founding fathers of Oyo State earned this reputation of being the state of first, not by coincidence, not by accident. It is by dint of hard work. But today, sadly, all that is history. It is history, and it's so painful, disturbing, and depressing. On the global side, Oyo State is bigger than about 86 countries of the world in terms of land mass. Oyo State is more populous than countries like Finland of 5.5 million people, Denmark 5.7 million people, and Norway of 5.4 million people. Even while using the country's 2020 population figures, they are not even up to 2060 population figures of Oyo State. On the contrary, and this is the sober message, the gross domestic products of these three countries are staggering and mouth-watering when compared to Oyo State. Finland can boast of $270 billion in GDP, Denmark $356 billion in GDP, and Norway $363 billion in GDP. Oyo State GDP hovers around $15 billion, which is less than half, is less than 5% of the GDP of these countries. Within Nigeria, even though Oyo GDP ranks about fourth, our internal generated revenue capacity is woeful. There are states with far less GDP figures, with a fraction of our land mass and population, which boast higher internal revenue figures. Thus, there is an urgent need to unleash the resources of Oyo State in order to massively boost internally generated revenue and lift our people out of poverty up into prosperity. There is an urgent mission to reclaim the lost glory of Oyo State. It will lift the young people from hooliganism and despondency. Indeed, there is a negative correlation between employment creation and rising household income and crime. The lower the prosperity of the family, the more the crime you have around. Our indefinite environment has become sanitary eyesores. Heap of refuse is everywhere in the medians of majority of roads in the blessed city of Ibadan. The government think it can convince anybody with its flip performance by the provision of street lights in salient places. It is even paradoxical, if not funny, that the engineer in control of the state is powering street lights with generators instead of solar lights that are the order of modern century. In education, education is far from the excellency of this government. Public schools have become mandias for goats and animals, despite the recorded fact that this governor attended public schools. The teachers are unmotivated, but this government thinks the exterior satisfaction of salary can give motivation to teachers. I say no. What a messy scene in the affairs of Oyo State public. Oyo State must reclaim its lost glory by reducing the out-of-school children and make primary and secondary education, unlike tertiary education, free and compulsory. There should be plans in place to upgrade the decrepit primary and secondary schools that we have in Oyo State. On health services are terribly on perpetual decline. Doctors and other health officials are demotivated on account of lack of working materials and conducive working environments. The good old days of preventive health measures must return, with sanitation, information dissemination and advisories, diagnostics, refuse management, while adding physical exercises in form of various sports like football, hiking, marathons, etc. Our people must have access to medical care from the primary health centers to the tertiary ones. These two approaches, which is the preventive and the curative health, will combine to produce a healthy populace that can drive the economic transformation of Oyo State. In agriculture, what is the agricultural sector that this government can boast about, despite all the huge billions they have claimed to spend? Farm settlements have become raised settlements for agricultural extension workers. Instead of farming, they are resting there. Others in the Ministry of Agriculture are comfortable watchers of films and Nollywood on the office's computer systems because of lack of motivation. Currently, Nigeria produces only 1% of an estimated 6 million metric tons of wheat consumed annually within the country, and abysmally low 1%. And about $2 billion is spent annually on wheat importation. This is why Nigeria imports cereals like maize and wheat from Russia and Ukraine. And with the war in Russia and Ukraine now, we will see skyrocketing prices of wheat in our environment. Similarly, the local demand for maize in Nigeria is more than supply by about 3 to 4 million metric tons annually. Maize takes less than 3 months to cultivate and harvest, and the state has enough arable land for it. As common as cassava is, Nigeria is not growing enough of it. Ironically, whereas Nigeria is the largest producer of cassava, it is not the highest exporter of cassava, unlike countries like Thailand and Brazil. Why can't Oyo State target this crop and improve its yield from the factory average of 10 tons per hectare to over 40 tons per hectare as available in other climes? The multiplier effect that this will have on the purchase of the derivative products from cassava and the state as well as the farmers can only be imagined. Cotton is another cash crop that is potentially a game changer for your state. Between 2010 and 2020, cotton production fell in Nigeria by a whopping 92% due to a myriad of reasons. It has also been confirmed that most parts of Oyo State are suitable for the production of rice, a major staple, either through irrigation or rain-fed methods. But where are the rice pyramids of Oyo State? The production of palm oil in Nigeria still falls short of consumption. Where are the oil palm plantations? The state needs to execute an agricultural policy that will drive the development of these target products from harvesting to processing. This will create massive employment and increase the revenue of the state. We have the wherewithal to position Oyo State to reap the benefits of these opportunities, given the landmass that we have. Another opportunity is in the livestock. Lagos State consumes about 8,000 cows on a daily basis. Oyo State consumes over 2,000 cows on a daily basis. Where are these cows from? They are from Niger Republic, they are from Mali, and they are from Chad. We have an environment in our North that can actually produce all these livestock and will make huge money that will be more than the current idea of the state. This government has not done anything to that. On water supply, water is an essential part of hygiene and sustenance of life. It is only less important than only air. After air, it is water. In fact, water. Our dams have shamefully gone dry, with rich people resorting to uncontrolled sinking of boreholes, an expensive and geologically unfriendly venture, and the masses rely on water from various sources which are mostly contaminated and harmful. Curiously, the provision of water has suddenly disappeared from the manifestos of politicians. A progressive plan to provide access to water must be executed. This is in line with the United Nations Sustainable Development Goal 6, clean water and sanitation. With Adelabu in government house, this will be given serious consideration. Inshallah. On transportation, the transportation model in the state is the same, if not worse, as when I was in the primary school in the 70s. The millions of kilometers in Oyo State deserve a modern transport system that can support commerce, business, leisure, and recreation, just as the blood transports oxygen within the human body. The transport experience must be modern, right from the roads, the parks, the bus stops, the carriage times, payment systems, monitoring systems, etc., both for intra and intercity community. The entire restructuring of the transport value chain will make life better and safer for commuters and transport workers while reducing emissions in order to tackle the menace of climate change. Regardless, there are no hanging fruits in terms of management of traffic jams. For instance, there is no reason to have traffic snags within any city in Oyo State or any part of the capital, Ibadan. Human and cargo traffic must keep moving in order to nourish and sustain the economy of the state. The airport in Ibadan can be deployed to revolutionize air travel experience in the southwest, both for local and international trips. Have you ever thought of why London or New York bound passengers from all over the southwest how to get to Lagos and pass through the same city on the return journey? Ibadan can serve as an alternative airport to Lagos, and we will surely work on that. On energy, states in Nigeria have been enabled by a recent constitutional reform to generate, transmit, and distribute electricity in areas covered by the national grid. Oyo State must position herself for this and hit the ground running. There are ready-to-use plants which can quickly jumpstart and improve electricity production. The energy plan complements the blueprint on agriculture, manufacturing, and urban development. I foresee an Oyo State electricity Regulatory Commission (OSERC), which will regulate the electricity market by licensing and operating structures for the generation, transmission, and distribution of electricity to the teeming people of Oyo State, the third largest state in Nigeria. This is an attraction for private capital and for investment from within and outside Nigeria. Housing. Bodija Housing Estate, built and developed in 1958, was the first housing estate in Nigeria. Between that time and now, about 64 years ago, Ibadan has tremendously grown and expanded. The total housing stocks in Ibadan and indeed Oyo State are significantly lower than demand, especially in terms of mass affordable housing. The gap has to be addressed through new building technologies which offer cost and speed advantages. This will go a long way to address urban renewal challenges and climate change while growing the mortgage culture and boosting the economy. This has been successfully done in countries like Brazil, Mexico, Peru, etc. It is the mission of the incoming APC government to be led by me, by God's grace, on 29th May 2023, to put government business where it should be, in the service of humanity in Oyo State. We are not going to advertise payment of salary as achievements because it is not an achievement. Thank you. The real achievements lie in the actual vitalization of Department of Government to produce useful services, projects, and programs for the people. Workers will be made to see internal satisfaction in their work, not the exterior satisfaction of salary. I have the intentions to use my brain, disposition, training, experiences, and ideals towards the advancement of our dear state, Oyo State. With all sense of duty and honesty to the call of the good people of Oyo State, for me to throw my heart into the ring for the second time in order to contest for the governorship of Bayo State in the 2023 general elections under the banner of our great party, the All Progressive Congress (APC), I can't but accept this great call to duty to emancipate the good people of Bayo State from the heavy yoke of servitude laid upon them by the present PDP-led government of Bayo State. The pedigree of my forebears is to steer straight into the treacherous face of naked power and speak the truth to it unequivocally. The truth is simple. The truth is that the present is not good enough for the great people of Oyo State. Yes or no? The truth is also that I, Bayo Adelabu, have something far better to bring to governance for the good people of Oyo State. I have this 7-point agenda for the good people of Oyo State. Number 1 is on security of lives and properties. This will be of utmost importance for the government that I will lead. If voted in as the flag bearer of APC in the government through its half-hearted implementation of improving the bank system and transportation in Oyo State. Likewise, will our eyes not be closed to external aggressions against the peace of the good people of Oyo State. From the day I was born till date, hooligans and thugs have never been this popular in Oyo State. What we have witnessed in the past 3 years is an anomaly, and it must be corrected. It shall surely be corrected once we get to power in 2023. Mechanized agriculture and poverty alleviation. My private sector experience, coupled with my experience as a former deputy governor of the CBN and my various networks in private, government, and international sectors. I have seized on the program and ideas to alleviate and lift thousands of the good people of Oyo State from the extracting stranglehold of poverty that the PDP government has entangled large neck of our people. Industrialization and profit creation. We shall bring the glory of Ibadan back as a hub for industrialists, and we shall open up other cities and establish industrial networks in them. We shall make gainful employment available for the people, as this will be a concomitant to the industrialization of Oyo State. Health. Health is wealth, as they say. We shall give top priority to the provision of affordable health services for our people. From the health equipment to the health practitioners to the conducive working environment. On education, this shall be a high focus priority to our government if we win, and we shall surely win. Education will be at the front burner of which we might most likely declare an emergency priority on. It will be qualitative, free, primary and secondary education, inshallah. Environment. Provision of health environments with monitored sanitation will be our top priority. And the heat of refuse that we see all over our streets will surely disappear. Erosion will be surely controlled, and will be conscious of the impact of the ozone layer and do everything possible to nullify it. Lastly, good governance and innovative ideas. Good governance begets priority patriotic citizens. We shall be transparent in all aspects and areas of government, and we shall be a very great attitude to innovate ideas, for it has been proven over centuries that good innovative ideas, both in governance and technology, are the forerunners to having a great and prosperous society. This I believe in, and this I will bring into governance in Oyo State, as we all march together as a party and as a people to carry the flag of APC in the 2023 governorship election of Oyo State. We assure you that with your votes and the help of the Almighty Allah, we shall all sing the song of victory together. When I shall have won the governorship election of Oyo State as the flag bearer of our great party, the APC. I want to tell you that the current government today not only lacks the capacity, they also lack the capability, and they lack the competence to move this state beyond the current situation. They have spent 3 years, and what have they shown for it? All we see is a clear misplacement of priorities. With the little fund available, we have all seen what the governor has spent the money on in building garages and motorbikes for our people. Is that the next thing in our state? What have they done in education? What have they done in health? What have they done in environment? What have they added to the road that Tinubu did? What have they done to bring in investment to Oyo State? What have they done to industrialization? What have they done to employment provision? What have they done to civil service? What have they done to trade and markets? How have they impacted artisans? So I'm saying, from my own judgment, this government has performed below 10%. And people are tired of this government. I'm happy that the current governor competed with me in the last election. Due to certain circumstances, he got victory. I believe it was a fluke victory Now we have seen what he can offer. Àti rí tí Ṣèyí lè ṣe. Ṣèyí ti ṣe àṣetì. Ṣèyí ti ṣe èyí tẹ́. Inshallah, we shall correct the wrong of 2019. All 2020. Before I leave, I also want to call your attention to the way our politicians pay lip service to patriotism, to nationalism, to passion for the state. They all have money. Why don't they invest their money in the state they claim they love? They should point at a single entity where they employed just 100 staff. None of them have come out and say, I have invested so much in this state, except Bayo Adelabu. If we can do all this, over 90% of my investments are in Oyo State. It shows that I believe in this state. I think this state, I sleep this state, I wake up this state. And the highest employer of youths in Oyo State today, we don't give them fish. We teach them how to fish. I challenge any of the politicians that want to compete in governorship election with me to come out for a debate and tell us that he loves this state more than I do. If I could do all this without being in government, you can imagine what I will do if I have the apparatus of government. And I believe I will not disappoint this state. None of them have the administrative acumen, the corporate experience to manage complex entities like Oyo State. They are just politicians without substance. It's only Bayo Adelabu that will bring in over 27 years in the private sector and the government business to be in governance in Oyo State. And I can also say it without fear of anyone that the Christ sacrifice I made to clarify my passion to lead the state by resigning from a plum job from Central Bank, no other candidate can make it. All of them competed last time when they were on leave of absence. Immediately they finished the election, they went back to their jobs. But I said no. Wherever I face it. And I don't start anything that I will not finish. I had to drop that job. That job is more, even better than the governor of 2-3 states put together. If it's about money, but it's not about money. It's about service to humanity. Yes, it's about following the footsteps of our forefathers. It's about putting our name down for posterity. Which is why, after the last election, I refused to lobby for any appointment in Abuja. I said I was going to stay back here, study this government, stay with my people, and recontest in 2023. I thank God for saving my life. I thank God for preserving me. I thank all my leaders for giving us the encouragement, for giving us the backing, for giving us the inspiration by staying by us. I thank my supporters, my fans, my families who are there with us. After losing the election, they said, no, we believe in you, we will stick by you. I thank you all. You will not regret your actions. surely we shall all profit from this journey. And we will do well, not only for ourselves, we will do well for the state. I should go down in history that there was a governor. Yes, the best governor ever in the history of Oyo State. May God help us. The general elections, and particularly the gubernatorial election in Niger State, will meet us all alive by God's grace. It shall be a turning point for the progress of our base-setting state. May God answer all our heart desire. May He bless each and all, men and women, old and young. I thank you all again for your time. God bless APC. God bless Oyo State. God bless Nigeria. Thank you very much.
Of APC again. What would we be looking to know Adelabu? No reason. What would we be looking to replace Adelabu? Did you run away after election? Did you take out the party after election? Is it not with people after the election? Is it not active? Don't you think you have money for election again? So what's the reason? Kò ṣeé ṣe èmi ò tiẹ̀ lò ó bẹ́ẹ̀ àwọn ọmọ náà gba tíkẹ́ẹ̀tì. Àwọn ọmọ tíkẹ́ẹ̀tì ẹgbẹ́ wọn. Olùwọlé nù open communication. You talk about funding. I'm happy for your question. Hello. Because already I think government will not change it. You are talking about mechanism of funding. In my life, I've not done anything else than learning how to make money. And like I said that the first piece for itself. God is the sign of money on me. If I could make money for myself as an individual, why can't I make money for the state to fund any sector? Not just education. Not just education. This state is blessed. 28,454 square kilometers. It is the addition of Imo, Abia, Ebonyi, Enugu, and Anambra put together in one state. I want to complain don't have money. It's a lie. Tell us you don't know how to extract the money. We know where the money is. I will go for the money. I will get the money. When I tell you you make money,
is not a fluke. I know how Oyo State can generate internal revenue that will be competing with Lagos, I can tell you. So, the rest assured, whatever program that we have laid down, that we're going to execute, we must have a funding plan for it. How did we fund Oyo State Security Trust Fund? How did we? And let me tell you, all the tiers of government must work independently and autonomously. Federal government, don't they have autonomy? They do. State government, don't they have autonomy? They do. Why would local government have autonomy? Local government must have their own autonomy. There is nothing government is doing with building garages. It's the work of federal government. There is nothing government is doing in building markets. It's the work of federal government. We have a lot of promising roads that are not touched. It is the work of local government. When the property fund local government, they will perform, and the job of the governor will be made easy. But all the states, everywhere belong to a particular local government. If the local government chairman are autonomous, they will do their work, and there will be little work left for the governor. And I'm telling you, their money is known coming from the federal government. Why won't you release their money from them? What will the state government spend on behalf of local government? The federal government spend on behalf of state government? No! So state government should stop it. Gbogbo àdìmọ́tà olóńgbò àti kẹ́rọ̀ jẹ́ni àwọn òbí ìtàwé lágbára ọlọ́run. So local government will be autonomous under Adelabu's government. Inshallah. So, on education, I can tell you, like I mentioned in my speech, we are likely to declare a state of emergency in education because we have lost our right of place in education. You know what the state used to be known for? I went to a public school. I went to Municipal Government Primary School. It was ICC. That's what I also attended. It was my senior school. Behind prison as advocate. From there I went to National Grammar School. That's where Governor Timothy went. That's where our former SST, Chideka, he also went. We know what we went in the school. We know the quality of education that we received in the school. From the quality of the teachers, to the quality of the buildings, to the quality of teaching tools and equipment. Then I don't even remember any private school, apart from two, Suboda and one other school. Children of business millionaires, children of Omalia was thank you, of household servants, children of imams, children of pastors, children of ministers, they all went to public schools and we came out fine. Did I go out fine? From there I went to Igbo. I made first class. Project academy. So I believe that to whom much is given, much is expected. I will say ẹ̀tọ́ kòmítọ́ ó ń da olóòwú aláti tún bẹ̀ ṣe so àwọn tó ń bọ̀ lẹ́yìn àwọn náà lè orí kọ́. We will take care of education right from the primary school to secondary school, and I can tell you that it will be free, not only free, it will be qualitative education at that level. We also take care of our tertiary institutions. We give them proper funding to remunerate the lecturers, to take care of the school buildings, laboratories, and every other teaching tools, including funding of research. So education is a top priority for me, and by God's grace, it shall be done, inshallah. Thank you very much. There are two things I left out when I was answering that question. in this government is that they pay salaries. They pay salaries. When I visit, when I heard that, I smile. As much as I smile about it, I get disturbed that we have come so low in this environment that payment of salary will be celebrated for work that has been done. Additionally, we sent from Abuja for them to pay, and you are paying it, and you are seeing it as an achievement. Every tertiary that has started business in this Oyo State 18 years ago, and I currently employ over 2,000 staff. I've never owed 1 month salary. Yes, that is a private business. I've never owed 1 month salary. And the information I is that before he became governor, Macron Engineering, that is the company of Makinde, he was paying his workers 23 months salary. Yes, I have it on good authority. It was when he became governor that he paid the salary. He has used some money to pay his workers' salary. So they should not tell us that they pay salaries and achievements. I will not only pay salaries, I will motivate the workers. I will reduce the minimum wage in Oyo State by God's grace. Edo State has just released minimum wage to 40,000. Edo State. I'm not shameless. Ordinarily, Edo State, and Oyo State is not saying anything about the minimum salary of our workers. We will motivate them. We give them loan to build houses. We give them insurance, and we also encourage them to add to their pension. I will pay their pension regularly. So that's what we can do to motivate staff and workers. Then, since the time of Adelabu, when we left 2019, and now, the government has secured over 80 billion loan. 160. What are they used to loan for? What are they used to loan for? All the loans I know they started, they were close to completion. This man has not completed any of them. The road from Gate to Sunday to Alegana, it is the uncompleted. Yes or no? The road from Indiabe to Bayo Adelabu, have you completed it? So what has he used the money for? To build bus parks, bar and club for the drivers. Sincerely, Sheyi's government have questions to answer, inshallah. And my address goes to the press. We need to know the person that says the truth. The person that says it the way they are. Not the person that will pretend, that will claim he is gentle, that will claim he is mild, that will claim he is meek. But inside him is weak. He's not only wicked, he's heartless and he's vicious. If not, you don't launch an ex-convict, a master dog, all over the state. His deputy governor today is Makinde Auxiliary. Yes or no? All the promises he made to the journalists, has he fulfilled any of them? No! So, let us say the truth to government. Give the government to someone that will say the way it is and will do things for people without personal benefits. I don't need government money. The little I will use to feed myself, my wife, and my children. God has provided it. But state from the shackles of poverty, from the death of seyi Makinde. But then you try Adelabu, like what the Bible says, that you shall know the truth, and the truth shall set you free. You shall be set free.
Ó máa ṣe wéṣọ bí o, ẹni o, ọlọ́pàá méjì la fẹ́ ní ìpínlẹ̀ Ọ̀yọ́. Thank you very much. Láti àkọ́kọ́ òfin.
Wọ́n sì mọ ní ọ̀dọ̀ náà wípé every single element of it ní ọkùnrin yóò kó ṣe àwọn ẹ̀dá òtòrí ọlọ́run àṣìṣe 2019 ẹ má jẹ́ àtúnṣe mọ́ o. Wọ́n máa ń sọ pé àwọn tọ́ọ̀gì wà àwọn hooligans wà ìjọba ní jẹ́ tọ́ọ̀gì o ìjọba ní jẹ́ hooligan o. Gómìnà wa àná ìṣe Abíọ́lá Ajímọ̀bí ó fi proof positive hàn wá pé tíjọba bá gba ìgbàkúgbà láyé ìtọ́jú wọn wà nù láàrin ọdún mẹ́jọ tó ṣèjọba ṣe tàbí àbí wọ́n wà nínú sẹ́wọ́n kọ́ wà àwọn ọ̀dọ́ wa tí wọ́n wọ ẹ̀dàgbẹ́jà kan tó ṣe kéré kan àìríṣẹ́ pọ̀ ló ti wà á tíjọba bá dá tíjọba jẹ́jọba òde tí wọ́n jẹ́jẹ́ kó yẹra kò sí bí ayé àwọn ọ̀dọ́ òṣèlú nira. Ní gómìnà wa máa sọ ní ìsìnkú lágbára ọlọ́run gbogbo kùdìẹ̀kùdìẹ̀ wọ̀nyẹn ni wọ́n mójútó. Ọ̀gbẹ́ni tó abẹ́ nísìnyí èèyàn ni wọ́n ń pa báyìí o. Èkó ṣe ni pé ẹlẹ́wọ̀n tó pààyàn tó wọ́n sọ sẹ́wọ̀n tó sì lo sáà tí wọ́n fún lẹ́wọ̀n tán wọ́n gbé jáde wọ́n wá sọ̀dọ̀ lórí àwọn orímọ̀tò lọ́yọ̀ state. Ẹ̀gbọ́n mi ní wọ́n sọ ní deputy governor. Lágbára náà gbogbo wọ̀nyẹn yóò wá sókè. Ẹgbẹ́ sọ pé èké lágbára náà bá. Nígbà táwọn fi dìbò 2023 ẹ̀rù ń bá àwọn èèyàn gbogbo nígbà táwọn ẹ̀ṣẹ̀ káàkiri ìkọ́ni kọ́ni ni wọ́n ń jẹ àwọn sùn náà. Àárín àwọn ọmọ gbogbo àwọn tó ń ṣẹ̀wọ̀n yẹn kò ní sílé dábìlì.
Adelabu
tàbí ọ̀dà Ajímọ̀bí. Ó fi proof positive hàn wá pé tíjọba bá gba ìgbàkúgbà láyé ìtọ́jú ló wà nù. Láàrin ọdún mẹ́jọ tó ṣèjọba ṣe ìdánwò àbí wọ́n wà nínú 7.1. Àwọn ọ̀dọ́ wa tí wọ́n wọ ìdàgbéjà kan tó ṣe kéré kan àìríṣẹ́ pọ̀ ló ti wá. Tíjọba bá dá tíjọba jẹ́jọba olè tí wọ́n jẹ́jẹ́ kó jẹrá kò sí bí ayé àwọn ọ̀dọ́ òṣèlú nira. Òní gómìnà wa máa sọ ní ìsìnkú lágbára ọlọ́run gbogbo kùdìẹ̀kùdìẹ̀ wọ̀nyẹn ni wọ́n mójútó. Ọ̀gbẹ́ni tó abẹ́ nísìnyí èèyàn ni wọ́n ń pa báyìí o. Èkó ṣe ni pé ẹlẹ́wọ̀n tó pààyàn tó lọ sọ sẹ́wọ̀n tó sì lo sáà tí wọ́n fún lẹ́wọ̀n tán wọ́n wá gbé jáde wọ́n wá sọ̀dọ̀ lórí àwọn orímọ̀tò lọ́yọ̀ state. Ẹ̀gbọ́n mi ní wọ́n sọ ní deputy governor. Lágbára ọlọ́run gbogbo wọ̀nyẹ yóò wá sókè. Ẹgbẹ́ sọ pé èké lágbára ọlọ́run bá. Nígbà táwọn fi dìbò 2023 ẹ̀rù ń bá àwọn èèyàn gbogbo airport táwọn ẹ̀ṣẹ̀ káàkiri gbogbo ìwọ̀n ẹgbẹ́ mi ni wọ́n ń jẹ àwọn sùn náà. Àárín àwọn ọ̀rọ̀ gbogbo àwọn ọmọ ṣẹ́wọ̀n yẹn kò ní sílé dáhùn. Ẹ̀kọ́ rẹ̀ kò ní sílé dáhùn. Nígbà àgbàdo bá di gómìnà tán ló máa kọ́ sí tí wọ́n. Gbogbo tí wọ́n ṣe ní àkọọ́lẹ̀ wà fún. DSS ṣe wọ́n tẹ̀ kárí serious note ọba wọn kọ́ yìí. Ọwọ́ kan kọ àkọsílẹ̀. Ẹni tó bá ní ẹgbẹ́ kọ́ máa ní ọmọ ní kejì lára ní ọ̀rọ̀ òṣèlú ìjà. Ní ètò tó wù mí òkú ọ ní ẹ̀jọ̀ ọ̀yà méjì ọkọ̀ ọkọ̀ fẹ́mìrì. Ebi ẹjọ́ ẹ bá kàmpéènì ẹ̀rọ wá ṣe ní ìsìn lẹ́gbọ̀n kọ̀ọ̀kan tó sọ. Ó sì sọ àti máa ṣe kọ́ rẹ̀. Ẹjẹ́ àwọn náà jáde fún máa sọ ṣe láti máa ṣe wọ́n tó náà. Ká lè kàn bí a note. Ẹ̀wá bí akínílẹ̀ ẹ̀mí mú yẹn láti lọ ṣe tí wọ́n tó wù wá. Nínú democracy, ayé ló níyà o. Mo ní àyà ọ̀rọ̀ mi nípa lónìí mo fẹ́ dúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ ènìyàn lè ṣe ẹ̀kú fẹ́ lágbára ọlọ́run pẹ̀lú ilẹ̀ nìyí. Àwọn aláàrẹ̀ tó bá ti kó ìlágbára olúwa. Ẹ kí sì lọ́wọ́ yọ dé. Ṣé kí o sì bàjẹ́? Ẹja akọrin fọlá. Arábìnrin yẹn kọrin tó bá lórí ẹ̀ lẹ́sẹ̀ lápò yáwó.
Adéyẹ̀wò ti sọ àti gbọ́. Adéyẹ̀wò náà wá ti wò ó. Adéyẹ̀wò ti sọ àti gbọ́. Adéyẹ̀wò náà wá ti wò ó. Ọlọ́jà sọ́ọ́jà o.
training láìsí láwọn gbà bẹ́ẹ̀ bẹ́ẹ̀ ló sì rí lágbára náà ṣé ní gbogbo kẹta sọ fún yín ẹ fọkàn balẹ̀ bàbá Sàdá ti sọ̀rọ̀ kálẹ̀ kan níbi ọdún tí àwọn Bọ́lá Ìgè jẹ gómìnà wa àjẹ́ńdà márùn-ún yẹn fún wa ọdẹ bá wọn ti bẹ́ẹ̀nù òwe ìbáyìí ó ti di gbèdé ṣé máa pé níta ṣe lọ́gbọ̀n ọdún ọgbọ̀dọ̀ fún ìlú ṣe báyìí àbí bẹ́ẹ̀ kọ́ ni sókè bá ti gbogbo tó wà kọ̀wé ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ kẹta mi wá béèrè kan ó ti wà nù tí wọ́n kọ sínú òwe èrò ìjẹ̀bọ̀ tí wọ́n kọ́kọ́ ní tí náà mi tọ́jú ó lọ́rọ̀ security of lives and properties ẹ má ìgbé gómìnà wa lánàá Abíọ́lá Ajímọ̀bí nǹkan tí gómìnà wa yìí tẹnu má títí tọ́jú gbogbo ìwà náà nìyí àtùkà ká sí kíkó náà ẹ ti rí pé gbogbo ẹ ti dà bákàbákà ṣùgbọ́n àfihàn àwọn ọmọ lójú wípé ìjọba tí ń bọ̀ ní lágbára náà ìjọba kọ́ńtítì Ajímọ̀bí náà ní ó lè gbàgbọ́ pé lágbára náà bẹ́ẹ̀ náà ní orí àbí òkèèrè bẹ́ẹ̀ ni ẹsẹ̀ yẹn wá ẹ wá fọkàn balẹ̀ pẹ̀lú ẹ ti bá wa sọ bí àwọn sẹ́kọ̀tọ̀ kù wájú wa lọ́sẹ̀ tí ń bọ̀ ẹ̀jẹ̀ àlọ́ múra kéré tí ọ̀nà tó kú àwọn sẹ́kọ̀ọ́ báyìí báyìí ká sí lọ́sẹ̀ àbí bẹ́ẹ̀ kọ́ ni ẹ̀jẹ̀ ká lọ múra kọ́kà má jẹ́ pé àtàwa à ń ṣe báyìí lásán ní òpin sẹ́ńbẹ́ níwájú èyí ká ṣe ká wá síbí ọwọ́ àwọn ànímọ̀ àgbẹ̀ sẹ́wà pé ẹ̀yìn tẹ́ wà ní báyìí ní ìsìnkẹ́ bá kó gbogbo àwọn táwa bí jọ ọ̀hún ẹ̀yìn tá a wà báyìí lásán ní àwọn táwa bí àwọn òpópọ̀sọ́ òkè ìwà bí òkè tí ìwà bí ọ̀yẹ́ òkè ìwà bí bàràbó òkè ìwà bí ìyẹn náà sọ fún wa pé mẹ́tàlá rẹ̀ ti pọ̀ ní ọ̀sẹ̀ tí pọ̀ lábára ọ̀dọ́ ìgbésẹ̀ yẹn gbogbo wa o APC